Okay, I'm going to make a quick install video for this Summit hot rod heater kit. This is the part number. The same kit is also available with a different faceplate. It has two things you put a hose to, and you run it through the vents in your car. This is just going to sit under the dashboard of my Studebaker truck. This cover didn't come on there. It came with these screws. I set it on there, screwed it in. Right now, it has these brackets. You can flip them either way, up or down, but it's got some adjustment in it. I just have a bolt on each corner. Same on this side too. Right now I'm going to mock it up into the truck and see how it fits. But the install seems pretty easy on this. Turn this over. These are 5/8 hose fittings. They come with plugs in there. You just grab a plier and pull the rubber plugs out there. It's actually pretty tight. But see, coolant flows in and out. On the smaller kits, it doesn't matter which hose goes where. And this is 9-inch. I think it's a 16-inch. It's marked in and out, so it does matter. You just need some 5/8 heater hose and plug it in. For wiring, basically, this is a ground. You hook it to a central ground on your battery, on the chassis, somewhere that gets a good ground. This plugs into this connector, and then you have 3 wires that come out of there. They give you a little diagram right here. So yellow is low, red is medium speed, and high speed is orange. So it comes with this switch. You'd mount that in your dashboard or wherever you want. And see, this goes battery terminal. So this would be fused wire that comes from the battery. So it says to use a 15 amp fuse, so I just grab an inline fuse, put some wire that directly to the battery. This would be low speed, which is yellow, so you would just take and that's already stripped and put it there. Red, orange, and then this one's not used. Pretty straightforward. So these brackets, I'm gonna eyeball it, mark it with a pen of where I want to put it. So I got my flashlight. So basically what I'm going to do, I have some goo drying here, but it's kind of hard to see. Alright, so I'm basically just going to drill right through the bottom of the dashboard. Right here, it's a little rusty, but I plated it here with another piece of metal inside the glove box. So my plan right now is to utilize this metal and nut and bolt the bracket up there, and then I already have 2 holes from the factory heater core, so I'm going to run the hoses through there into the new heater core that I got from Summit, and then they'll come out through here. And this is an LS motor, and I'm sure you'll have outlets on whatever motor you're going to use, but this will be pretty easy for you. I just have it looped right now, right there. So I'm just going to shove the hoses on each end of that and run it into the other kit, and then you just have to add more coolant and bleed your coolant system like normal. So what I'm going to do is mock that up and then try and mount that here, and then show you where I got. Okay, it was pretty simple to mount this. I kind of just marked one side, drilled the holes, mounted that side, and then held it in place while I drilled the other. So it's in there. All these bolts are on the sides are tight. I got the hoses ran, and while I'm in the cab, I got the switch mounted. It's I drilled a 7/16 hole, put the switch through the hole, put the face plate, and then I put a lock nut that holds the switch in place. It comes with a couple of these. So I put 2 on there, just one tight. You can use a 14mm wrench, just don't over tighten it. So I tightened that down, and then I put another one just so it doesn't back out. And then the knob just pops on, so that's ran. I put these connectors on just to save some time, but I need to get an inline fuse holder and a couple other things. I'll finish it probably tomorrow or the next day. But the hoses come out of there, they run down, they go to where I showed you, and I didn't lose too much coolant, just a little bit. And then I put this on here, so when it starts, the water pump starts circulating coolant in there, the level's going to go down. So I just have some coolant in there in case it does go down. Once I get it running, it'll circulate and everything will work fine. I just got to run the wires up that switch behind the dashboard. You can see it, how it is. Got to clean up some of those wires anyways, but the switch is mounted and I just got to run a handful of wires up there. So okay, I was got a little ahead of myself, but I just plugged in the wires, drilled a hole through the cab. I'm gonna put some goop around that and just to seal it off. Put the ground wire, extended it. Those 3 wires went out side. I just treat the wiring there, just all zigzagged for now. I'm gonna clean up all this wires. I'm gonna get a ground distribution block and a power distribution block for all my relays and everything like that. But that's besides the point. You can see up there, I showed you the wiring before. So I just have these 3 wires ran up to the switch. This bottom blue wire goes to this inline fuse, and then I just have the wire just shoved into this mess of powers, but you can put it right to the battery terminal or distribution block or whatever you want. But I'll show you here. The battery's a little weak, but and it was keeping the truck warm. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal off around the edges of the heater core hoses, the wiring holes. I have to seal off the cab a little bit better with the weather stripping, but that has absolutely no problem heating the truck. So it's a really simple install. I mean, anybody could do it. One other thing, I tried bleeding the coolant, but it honestly didn't take too much coolant into the system. Just like a splash worth, really. So it doesn't take too much extra coolant to flow through the system, but that was taken care of too. So now I'm just gotta, I zip tie this hose up around the support here against that rubber foam bracket that I made. But a really simple install. Alright, I have the truck running in the garage. I just had it running outside for a while, but before I gas myself out, just want to show the fan. The fan's off right now. Low, medium, high. So you can see high is a little noisy, but it throws some heat off there. It's pretty nice. Let me kill the motor. But the truck is barely getting to operating temperature at 200 degrees. And it was running outside. It was throwing pretty good heat, but it was it's like 5 degrees outside Fahrenheit, and probably a negative 10 degree wind chill. It's really cold. It's hard for the truck to maintain a 200 degree temperature. It's between like 195 and 200, and it's barely staying 200 with the heat on and everything. But sitting outside, all the metal in the cab is warm. The doors, the dashboard, everything like that. I was able to sit outside and was playing on my phone for a little bit. But I'm in a thin sweatshirt, and it was absolutely warm inside the truck. And it's a little noisy on high, but what do you expect? I mean, if you got the kit that had the vents and everything, and you were able to split the heat from left and right, I'd say it's a pretty good buy. I could see it in enclosed like RZR or regular cab truck. Maybe if the inside of the truck was slightly larger than this one, it would be fine too, but and the cab's not fully sealed off yet. I have to put weather strip around the doors and everything like that. and I'd be comfortable driving it right now down the road and staying warm. So I guess that's a testament to the product.